This is the sound. I bought a ticket to the world. Your sister's eyes. Hello? 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 I see what they give you now with Dunkin' Donuts. They put this. They put this in there. They stick her in their hole. Okay. Now where is my new... This is the sound of my soul. We got the grip. Everything's good when you got the grip. Grip. All right, guys, real quick. I promised you fellas and gals, Mike Yanis, we were talking about some of the bit sets over at the depot. And guess what Bosch came out with? Now, they had a 4-piece set that came out probably like a year ago. And actually, they put a couple of them in one of their Christmas bit sets last year, which this year Bosch did absolutely nothing with the bits. Not really sure what's going on, but a lot of you guys agree with me. You know, these Bosch bits are pretty darn good. I like them. They're here we go. I like them. They're pretty darn good. But they didn't have a lot of accessory type stuff. They would never include nut drivers. Forget about socket adapters and stuff. But last year they did this kit. You only got 2 nut drivers. You probably got, you know, a 1/4 inch and maybe a 3/8 or something. But they have a new 5-piece out. All right. It's magnetic. And they're 1 7/8. So they're a little bit longer than a lot of these other nut drivers that you're going to get in some of these kits. And we'll take a quick peek at some of these other nut drivers from Milwaukee and maybe Ryobi. The new Ryobi. Well, this isn't new, but I think I got one. And we even have a heart one in there because I lost my 1/2 inch Ryobi. So I'd always be grabbing this set and I lost my 1/2 inch Ryobi. So I got the 1/2 inch heart, which they're almost identical to the Ryobi. I think we might even have did a video on these heart nut drivers back in the day, but virtually identical except one's black. Actually the heart ones were a little bit longer. And it's not just because this is a 1/2 inch that it's longer. I remember doing a video, and that was really the only difference. Because these should all be the same size. All these Ryobis. And they are. But anyway, really excited for Bosch to come out with these. Because they did have a 4-piece set. Like I said, but... Actually, let me take one of these. Ryobi ones out. We're all kind of... And DeWalt has actually been putting some of their longer nut drivers. Nut driver wise, I think DeWalt gives you the best variety of nut drivers. Whether extended, whether magnetic, whether non-magnetic, you know, they kind of have it all. But yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't know why this keeps going out on me. This is like the 3rd time I'm trying to do this. I'm hooked up to the house here. It's cloudy. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I got Verizon, I got T-Mobile trying to get stuff going here. but it just keeps dropping. I don't know. How's the reception? Is it any good? Um, but yeah, the lawnmower, I can't use it until April. So, it isn't like it's a big rush kind of for me to get it. But listen, I love the first one. I was probably one of the only person that was high on that mower. People were bashing it. Some people were, I don't know, they were cutting wet grass with it and, all kinds of weird stuff. Like, 6-inch wet grass and, oh, that's no good. So I think the power was fine. The runtime, like I said, throughout many, many years, not that good. All right. But that's because it came with 2.5s. With 2.9s, it's no different than any other mower. You're going to get 30 minutes. Now, obviously, there's some ego mowers now, and, the Shervan, the Chinese manufacturer of ego products and skill products, um, they just bought an American company, and now it's owned by a Chinese skill again. But Bosch owns skill for many years, but I think they were still based here in the States. But what the heck are we talking about? Let's get back. What's up, guys? All right, so Bosch is back, and they have been coming out with new stuff. They finally came out with a brushless circular saw. I think they have an 8.5-inch miter. All right, trying to find blades for an 8.5-inch. I'm sure you can. I think it's an 8.5, right? Or it's very weird. An 8.5 or an 8.25. I don't know. But they're getting there. And some people have asked me if Bosch is ever going to bring their OPE stuff because it's very popular in Europe. If you look at that stuff, guys, you got to remember in Europe, in England where the Bosch stuff is very popular, they have like these courtyards. They don't have like half an acre of thick fescue. They don't have, thick, what's that southern grass? Not the Kentucky bluegrass, but the real thick grass down there in Florida. These mowers are not made, and if you look at them too, they're built, a lot of plastic. Bermuda, there you go, Chuck. So I don't know how they would have to come out with a totally new designed one here for the States, or people would just kind of laugh at her. But before we start, guys, we do. Now, this is what I've been talking about. Because some people's like, hey, boss, they have a 1/2-inch. They have a 1/2-inch nut driver. And again, like I was saying, I was saying nut driver as an impact rated, which they do. But again, this is a specialty 1/2-inch nut driver. All right. So, they're normal nut drivers. Okay. You see the difference? You see the difference? All right. So they've had this, and I think this is kind of new, but I mean, not new as this has been out for quite a few years. But my point being is they still don't really have a true 1/2-inch impact ready, normal nut driver. You kind of have to, this is 2 9/16. A lot of people don't need this. All right. So keep that in mind. I might as well keep the Milwaukee out. But, and thank you to Mike who sent this to me, by the way. I appreciate it. But it's a specialty. It's a specialty nut driver. All right. And these are very well priced, guys. You don't get that nice red insert that you can put, I don't know why, with they also have a 4-piece, and that is without the 1/2-inch. With that one, they include the little insert for their, bit case They're tough. What's called the Bosch tough case, kind of like the Waltz tough case. But yeah, this is real nice, and I can just, you know, definitely the quality. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. 1 7/8, and these are magnetic. These are made in Vietnam. Okay, a lot of the Bosch stuff is actually made in Mexico. If you're not familiar with that, these almost feel like they have like a black oxide or a chrome vanadium. I mean, really, really nice. I mean, you kind of compare them to like these hearts here. All right, and both are 1/2 inch. Okay, both are 1/2 inch. Okay, so you can kind of see the quality here of these two nut drivers. Now, obviously, but the heart you have to pay for. It's a $10 set. I think you get 7 bits. All right, I mean it's a nut driver. All right, but as far as quality goes, man, this set is only $12. All right. Again, really, really nice. I mean, this might be chrome moly. I doubt it. I'm just kidding. But it's probably chrome vanadium. I wouldn't be surprised. But nice magnetic. You know, I like magnetic sometimes I don't. It depends on what you're doing. I mean, here's their nice 1/4 inch. All right, you kind of compare it to the Milwaukee. And the Milwaukees are pretty long themselves. So the Milwaukees are, thank you. Probably these are 1 7/8, so a little bit smaller for the Milwaukees. But again, look at the quality. You know, they just put like this. I mean, guys, these Milwaukee nut drivers, they're just really Ryobi nut drivers, guys. I hate to break it to you, but instead of a green little removable band that I can pick off with my fingernail, same thing here. I mean, they might actually put glue on theirs. But if you look at these, okay, they have a nice strip on there. It's almost, yeah, it's like a real nice, and it's a wide torsion zone. See how wide that torsion zone is? I mean, you don't have, they just stick a little thing at the end. All right. You actually have a torsion area on these Bosch bits here. Hopefully you can see that. All right. I mean, here, like I said, here's a Milwaukee. They just stick a little rubber gasket, almost looks like, at the end of this. There's really no torsion zone here at all. There's no zone. Where's the zone? I want to get in the zone. With these Bosch, you got a real, you know, this is, you know, 1/2 inch. Nah, not that much. 3/8 of an inch, maybe 3/8. But you do get a little bit of, yeah, and here's your other ones. Here's your 7/16. This is usually the biggest you get in a lot of sets. And really, this is the biggest one Milwaukee offers, unless you go to a specialty. Okay? A 2 9/16. All right. Now they might make a normal sized 1 7/8. I have never seen one. But anyway, let me just straighten this out. So yeah, you can see really nice quality here, guys. Again, this is live, so the footage ain't going to be that the quality, but really nice nut drivers, and they have again they're 1 7/8, so you get a little bit of length out of them. All right. Here is, yeah, it's a little bit shorter than Milwaukee, like I was saying. But you get a, you know, comparing them to like the Ryobis that you probably use a lot because they're dirt cheap. All right. And here's the hearts. The hearts are a little bit longer than the Ryobis. I have a real nice DeWalt set too. Actually, DeWalt makes a set. And they have a couple different sets. Like I said, they probably have the most variety of nut driver sets. But I'm going to say overall, I think these are the best ones that I've seen. Personally, you know, construction wise. All right. But yep, they're $12. It's only a 5-piece set, so but most of them are. I think DeWalt charges like $15 for theirs, and I think it's a 5-piece. Okay. Yeah. All right. So again, the weight difference is unbelievable. I think I could put all three of these in my hand, and it might equal to what the weight is of this 1/2 inch nut driver. And I'm not kidding. All three of these combined. If not, it's very close. Because yeah, real heavy. Now that could be good or bad. Because this is going to take a lot. Depends on what you're trying to, um, you know, fasten or insert with this nut driver here. But you use some of these, 4,200 IPM impact drivers, and you're trying to sink some, right, you know, into some hard, material. All right, you're going to have an issue. All right. And usually the longer they are, the better chance you have of them snapping as well. But not bad. And what's cool about it, like for me, this is kind of like I kind of try to use this set as much as I can, even though a lot of the bits are all worn out. They still work. And you know me, I use them until they're gone. I got a DeWalt in here, and I also got a Ryobi. But I like this case because it's kind of small compared to the other ones. So I might take out one of these, stick it up here, and might put these Bosch ones in here. I don't know. I gotta see what I'm gonna do. And here's my nice concrete Milwaukee drill bit, and then this is one of my favorites. I did my whole open trailer. I put all the racks on. The Ryobis couldn't even do it. I switched to no. First, I think I had a Stanley. I don't know where I got an old Stanley bit from. It was an old bit set. So then I went to my Ryobis. It wouldn't drill a hole. So I went to Home Depot. I'm like, give me that DeWalt. I just bought one, and this thing was sinking holes in my metal. That's why they're my favorite drill bits. I think DeWalt makes the best. Now, I haven't tested the new Milwaukee's out. I have tested their old ones, and I wasn't too happy with them. And I'm sure a lot of you weren't happy with them as well. But I kind of stick with DeWalt with drill bits, personally. And just stick that like that. But yeah, I'm going to set this one up. And this is a great little set. But you can obviously stick your drill bits with anything, I mean, actually, yeah, like this Ryobi set here. And maybe let me see if I can find. I think we might be able to put something together where we can test it. We're gonna test it. I need a sip of my coffee. Big. Let me see what I got. Yeah, we want to do that little one. That's the smallest one we got in here. I need something smaller than that. We're live, folks. Please. I mean, I guess I could use this one. Don't I have a smaller? Oh, yeah. I think this one's busted though. Oh, no, this will work. All right, we got one. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller for her pleasure. Now, let's find a piece of wood. This is the same. All right. All right, so we got a little 3-inch lag bolt here. All right, we're going to use Mr. Makita, our old friend. If you guys saw my thing on this on Instagram, I bought this 5 years ago when I first started my channel. If you guys don't remember, I started my channel with a Makita 12-volt set that the old lady got me, like for Christmas. And the video, I couldn't believe how many people watched it. So I bought this, that first 6 months of the channel, and I never did it. I don't think I even ever did a video on it. I ended up losing it somewhere. It was somewhere, it was crazy the first year. I had all these tools I was trying to get to review and everything. This got lost in the shuffle. I love it. She's beautiful. This was Makita's first brushless impact driver. All right, for you, and a lot of great comments on Instagram. A lot of people are still rocking with the XTD08. All right, no selector, very lightweight. Obviously, compared to the newer impacts for Makita, this is a pretty, long body on it. All right, especially once you put a bit on it. I think the new Makitas are the XDZ16 is probably like that. All right, but this is an oldie but goodie. Yeah, it's an old one. I found it in an old I don't know, an old DeWalt Tough System box that was like buried under something. So yeah, a lot of people are still using it. Some guy is like, yeah, man, it's the only one I'll ever use. I'm like, really? Why? He's like, I don't know. I just been using it so long. So they don't make it anymore in the States. You can't find it. So I think he says he goes on eBay. But I mean, if you look at the construction of this thing, it's very, if you have this, I've never seen one. You got the nice rubber boot kind of here, right? But you got like this big metal. Oh, this looks like a big metal washer. All right. That's kind of this, right? The same material that, this gearbox kind of is here. But a real nice, they've kind of changed it up a little bit. Like this is like green, the lettering, I guess, in the European versions. I don't know. A lot of people, we were talking about it when I did the video, and that was like a month ago. All right, so we got a 7/16. Now the problem here is this is probably going to go through. That's really magnetic. Really magnetic. So I'm not going to stick her in all the way, but because I don't want to put a hole in my. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. All right, and as you can see, nice magnetic. All right, and some of these magnetics, it kind of doesn't fit in there, right? It's kind of like this, really not. I mean, it keeps your lag bolt really, really straight. Look at that. Okay, again, construction wise and looks wise and material wise, these are right up there. Probably the best I've seen. Thank you, Hustler of Carolina. I appreciate it, buddy. God bless you, bud. All right, no pilot hole, no nothing, man. We're going for it. All right. I don't want to go too nuts there. But, and this thing, pretty good job. This is a 3-inch, 1/4-inch hex on her. But all right, but stays right in there. All right, that's what the magnetics are good sometimes. Sometimes they could be a pain, but if you're removing a lot of them, you just bam, pull it off. You're ready to rock. All right, really strong magnetic grip on these Bosch nut drivers. I like them. I think they're, out of the main, again, 5, 6, 7 brands out there. Are they the most expensive? I don't know. Maybe the DeWalt's might be a couple more bucks, but I mean, this thing is really heavy. I actually had my freaking scale down here. We could have weighed these, but who cares? It's just nut drivers. It's a quick video, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know about some new nut drivers. Believe it or not, people love the nut drivers, man. They love all the new stuff that's coming out. The new pin nailer from Milwaukee, forget it. Bosch has some new nut drivers out there. Let's show them. All right, so there she is. Nice little set. And guys, we'll catch you. I'm going to start doing a lot of these little videos like this, guys. Over the next, week. And then again, around the 25th, I'm going to be taking a break. I don't know how long. I was actually supposed to Monday I was supposed to start, but things got a little messed up. But all right, guys, I appreciate you coming in. String Bean, Louie. Ben C, of course. Hustler, Carolina, thank you. Philip, Bruni, Spitzley, no name, AK Luke. Ruben, of course. Best Tech. Stephen Graham. Hello. Ted McDonald. Parker X. Bama fan, of course. Tang Chow. Mike Scoletti. What's up, buddy? D. Macau. 1, 2, 3. And, of course, Chuck. Nathan Bradley in the house. All right, guys. So, yeah, they're out. I think they're around $12. If you really like their bits, you're going to like these. These are Impact Tough. All right, that's what they're called. They're Impact Tough case. I wish they would have came with that little red insert so you can kind of put these in one of your, Bosch cases. But you can buy a little. They also sell, they're like $2.38 on Amazon. Bosch also makes like these little removable storage containers for their Impact Tough cases. You can get them and throw them in there if you want. I know a lot of you just use the ones that come with, your cases, but if you want something a little bit better quality, or if you're a Bosch guy, you might want to try these. All right. ITN SV105 is the model number for your new Bosch 5-piece nut driver set. I'm going to have some coffee. We'll catch you on the flip.